Hey everybody, welcome to Bucket Man Scouting. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Trev Alberts leaving the University of Nebraska to become the new athletic director at Texas A&M University. I honestly should have saw this coming because the leadership at Nebraska is a joke. They're a joke. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. They are a joke. They are inept, and they can't make up their mind on anything. That's why the leadership in Nebraska has been what it is for the past 2-3 decades now. And, I should have saw this coming when Ted Carter bolted to Ohio State to be the president at the University of Ohio State, because I actually liked what Ted Carter was trying to do at Nebraska. He brought in Trev Alberts, and Trev Alberts said that the big reason he came to Nebraska was because of the leadership of Ted Carter. And Matt Rule, when he was hired, said in his press conference that a big reason he came to Nebraska was because of Trev Alberts and Ted Carter, because they had the same monolithic vision on what they wanted to do for the football program. And Ted Carter was very instrumental in the athletic department as well, not going through coaches left and right, trying to have stability in that program. So, Trev Alberts leaves for Texas A&M, and he puts out a press release, or Texas A&M puts out a press release saying that a big reason that Trev Alberts came to Texas A&M was because of the leadership and stability. What does that tell you right there? That the Board of Regents and the governor don't know what they're doing. They don't. I have Governor Pillman putting out a press release early this morning saying that the leadership in Nebraska has failed us. You could put yourself in there too, Governor Pillman, because you guys have failed us massively. And I understand that a lot of Nebraska fans don't really understand the Board of Regents. But this current iteration of the Board of Regents is a joke. They remind me so much of the ownership at the Denver Broncos, aka the Walmart Generals. All those talking heads, they have different visions of what they want in the athletic department, and they just can't make up their mind. They can't. They haven't even filled the president role since Ted Carter left. They have an interim president, but they haven't put a full-time president in. And Trev Alberts, over the past, I would say, year and a half, has hinted that he wants a full-time president. I guarantee you, if you had better leadership and you had a full-time president there, that Trev Alberts wouldn't have bolted to Texas A&M. I have met Trev Alberts. I have had the pleasure to talk to him briefly, and he is a very good human being. There's no doubt in my mind. He had his best intentions for the University of Nebraska, and the way Nebraska was going in terms of the athletic department, I really did appreciate. So, again, this is just a sign of ineptitude at the University of Nebraska. You can continue to fill in the president and AD role. Those guys will leave in the next 2-3 years because of the leadership there. The leadership above those guys is inept. Am I upset about this? I was initially, but the more I thought about it, the more it was just like, well, I should have expected this because it's Nebraska. They haven't done anything in 3 decades. They haven't really done anything since Bo Pelini was there. They haven't really done anything. Granted, I do appreciate the way Matt Rule is trying to rebuild the football program, but would it shock me if Matt Rule leaves in the next 2-3 years? No, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever. Am I saying that he will? No, but would it shock me? No. It wouldn't shock me if he goes to a better football program that has better leadership and more stability. That's what Matt Rule did. that is what Trev Alberts did, sorry. Slurring my words this morning. But at the end of the day, this shouldn't be surprising to Nebraska fans because the Board of Regents has been inept for how long now? And there's a reason my thumbnail looks like that, because these are the people you need to blame. And granted, you have some media outlets talking about the Board of Regents, but they're not going to go in depth like I did because they're being paid not to talk about it. They're being paid to spin a bunch of bullshit. So, like I said, nothing is going to change until you get better leadership at the University of Nebraska. Nothing is going to change. We're just going to continue to go through the same hamster wheel we've been going through for the past couple decades. It's just the same old shit. It's just the same old shit. So, like I said, if I'm a Nebraska fan, I would be pointing my finger at the Board of Regents. And Trev Alberts, I just want to say this. You were a big fan of mine. I appreciated the work the work that you did, the little work that you did, the said work that you did, the 3 years that you were here, 2.5 years, 3 years that you were here. Ted Carter, I was a big fan of yours as well. And I hope that you guys thrive at your new said programs. And it just sucks because this Board of Regents and the leadership had it made. It was in their lap, and they managed to fuck that up. So, man, this is just a gut punch, but you know what? I should have saw this coming because the Board of Regents is just that inept. So, again, if I'm a Nebraska fan, you should be pointing the finger at the Board of Regents for this clusterfuck of a mess at the University of Nebraska. And I am not going to stop until those people are out of power, because they don't deserve to be in power for the way they have handled this program and they've handled the University of Nebraska. So, again, Board of Regents, you pissed off a lot of Nebraska fans today. You pissed off a lot of Nebraska people because for once in the past couple decades, they felt like they had stability in the program. But you know what? It doesn't shock me one bit because I should have known that you would have fucked this up, and you did. So Trev Alberts went to a better program right now and more stable and has better leadership. So, yeah.